trusted news source, ABC6 News at Noon.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Doreen Scanlon. The weather first on this very chilly Tuesday. Again, lots of sunshine out there, but temps this morning felt more like January than almost April. Chelsea is in the Weather Center.
Hey, Doreen. Good afternoon to you. Hi, everyone. We are looking at another very sunny day across southern New England, but another very cold day. That being said, we're going to take what we can get. We're currently sitting at 34 degrees. That was the highest temperature of the day yesterday. We do still have a breeze. It's coming in out of the northwest at 15 miles per hour, making us feel more like the mid-20s, but we are currently sitting 1, 2, 3 degrees warmer than where we were yesterday. And again, we're going to take what we can get. We're not as cold as we were yesterday. What you're looking at is full sunshine on the satellite radar image. You're going to get a few passing fair weather clouds coming in and out of the area through the afternoon, but overall we're dry, we're bright, and we have a mainly sunny afternoon ahead of us with highs kind of hovering right around 40 degrees, significantly cooler than our seasonal averages for late March. The average high is in the low 50s this time of year. Another clear, cool night ahead of us, but our warming trend will continue tomorrow, and especially for the second half of the work week. I'll have much more in just a few minutes. Doreen?
Thank you. And we are following developing news in East Greenwich today, where firefighters are responding to a crash on South County Trail. This video sent to us by a viewer. You can see two trucks that appear burned and doused with water there. The EG Firefighters Union confirmed on Twitter that all crews are at the scene. This is 1351 South County Trail. We have contacted police for more information. We'll update you both on air and online as soon as we hear back. And some news just in on the coronavirus today. The FDA gives a second booster shot the green light for people over 50. The agency announced its decision this morning. The FDA says this applies to the Pfizer and Moderna vaccines, and evidence suggests a second booster is safe and improves protection against COVID-19. That data comes from Israel. Anyone over 50 can get a second booster shot at least 4 months after their original boost. And turning to our schools now, and what a special surprise today for one area teacher who's making a difference in her students' lives each and every day. Casey Kantz is live for us in the newsroom with more on this teacher's special honor. Hi, Casey.
Hey, Doreen. Yeah, it's been called the Oscars of Teaching, and rightfully so. The Milken Educator Awards are given to those teachers nationwide that are making a difference. And just after 9:30 this morning, a local Rhode Island elementary school teacher got the surprise of a lifetime as Governor McKee and Education Commissioner Angelica Infante Green were on hand at Steer Farm Elementary School to award Nancy Lawrence a $25,000 Milken Educator Award. It's given to the nation's best educators. Lawrence, a reading specialist who previously taught third grade, is known for creating a great learning environment for her students to succeed. And that was none more evident than in her students' overall ELA proficiency rate in 2019, pre-pandemic. How about 53%? Compare that to the state's 33% average. Lawrence is one of 60 recipients of this award nationwide and one of 2 here in the Ocean State.
I was awarded a great honor today. I was not expecting it in the least. It was very shocking, but very flattering. Still kind of in shock at the moment.
Congratulations to Ms. Lawrence. You might be wondering about that $25K. Well, she's free to do with it what she may. Previous winners have put it back into education, whether it be furthering their kids or their own. Some have used it on dream field trips and even scholarships. And we're not done yet. Again, there is still one more local Rhode Island educator who will be the recipient of this award. We can expect that special announcement coming up today at 1 o'clock. We'll have it covered for you. See it on ABC6 News First at 4. Live in the newsroom today, Casey Kantz, ABC6 News.
All right, an extra special honor there. Well, Freetown could join the Bristol-Plymouth School District, adding a vocational option for students in town. The Board of Selectmen heard a presentation last night on the topic. Town officials tell us the cost to the town and projected enrollment were discussed. Freetown is a member of Bristol Aggie, but does not have membership in a tech school like BP. Right now, 15 students from Freetown are at the school using limited slots. If the town decides to pursue membership, it would have to be voted on by residents. And now new at noon today, East Providence and State Police responded to a 2-car crash early this morning near a construction zone on 195. It caused minor delays on the highway. Construction's been ongoing along 195 for a few months now. State Police tell us one person was taken to the hospital with minor injuries. A Norton man accused of having 400 bags of heroin is being held on $2,500 bail. William Bruce was arrested in Somerset this weekend at the Riverview Inn and Suites. Officers went to the hotel to arrest Bruce on prior warrants, and that's when they say they found the drugs. Bruce is charged with possession with intent to distribute and other drug charges. He was arraigned this morning. He'll be back in court April 27th. And now to an ABC6 News update. Your chance to vote on the state's next license plate design is now closed. The 5 finalists were revealed earlier this month. 2 of the designs feature the iconic Rhode Island wave. The winning plate will start going on vehicles later this year. We expect to hear soon about the results. We reached out to the governor's office to find out just when we'll know. And in consumer news today, $100,000 worth of milk cartons are now in stock at the Rhode Island Community Food Bank. That's courtesy of a donation from Gorelick Farms. The company is trying to solve a shortage at food pantries, which happens because of a lack of refrigeration space. This particular milk has a 12-month shelf life, allowing it to be distributed to other food banks that work with the Rhode Island Community Food Bank.
Right now, when families are seeing food prices in the supermarket go up and up and up, they're turning to us for help, and being able to provide such an important, nutritious product like this milk is going to really help families a lot across the state. So this is going to go out to food pantries across Rhode Island as soon as we can get it out today.
100,000 of the mini milks. There will be monthly deliveries just like that through the rest of the year. And now to more of today's headlines. You'll likely see some smoke and smell it too if you drive over the Jamestown Bridge today. The DEM is doing a controlled burn on Dutch Island. There is no risk to the public. The property in Narragansett Bay between Jamestown and North Kingstown. The Newport Cliffwalk Commission will meet tonight to discuss the slope failure between Narragansett Ave and Webster Street. At last update, the collapsed portion of the cliffwalk could be closed through the summer. A section of the walk fell into the ocean earlier this month, so there are detours in place, although the city says the majority of the 3.5-mile walk is open. URI's head women's basketball coach signed a huge new contract. Tammy Reese staying in Kingston now through the 2031-2032 season. The 10-year deal begins April 24th. In her first 3 years at the helm, Reese has the best winning percentage of any coach in program history. The Rams also got their first votes in the AP Top 25 poll in team history. Oh, are you looking for something new to binge watch? There is a new series with local ties that starts streaming on Hulu today. It's called The Girl from Plainville, and it's based on the story of Michelle Carter and Conrad Roy. Carter, convicted in 2017 for encouraging the suicide of her then boyfriend via texts and phone calls. The case was rare because Carter was convicted of manslaughter based on words alone. The series stars Elle Fanning as Michelle Carter. Carter was released from jail in January of 2020. She served 1 year. And plans are moving forward to film a new movie, Finest Kind, in Fairhaven. The supervising location manager met with the town select board last night. The crew is hoping to film at a number of locations, including the New Bedford-Fairhaven Bridge. But that would require shutting down the bridge for a day in June. The movie's writer grew up in the area, which will be about fishing industry here. Now producers will move forward coordinating with town officials. And today, the royal family and other dignitaries gather to remember Prince Philip. It was Queen Elizabeth's first public appearance in 5 months. Philip, the Duke of Edinburgh, died last April, 2 months shy of his 100th birthday. His funeral only allowed for about 30 mourners because of COVID restrictions. Today's service at Westminster Abbey was a much bigger event. You can see Prince Charles and Will and Kate joining the Queen. Still to come here at noon, we're going to check in on the situation in Ukraine as the fight rages on. Ukraine and Russia sitting down for a new round of peace talks. We'll have the latest. And later, a seal rescued and rehabilitated by Mystic Aquarium returns to its ocean home. We'll have a report from the sea. Back now with more on the crisis in Ukraine. Intense fighting continues in Ukraine as new accusations of poisoning during negotiations fly. A source telling the Wall Street Journal 2 Ukrainians, along with Russian oligarch Roman Abramovich, suffered symptoms consistent with a chemical poisoning after a meeting in Kyiv earlier this month. The men, who have since improved, consumed only chocolate and water in the hours before the symptoms appeared, which included red eyes, constant and painful tearing, and peeling skin on their faces and hands. There is a fresh round of peace talks in Turkey today. Well, coming up next on ABC6 News at noon, off to sea. A seal returns to his native habitat after being rescued and rehabilitated by Mystic Aquarium. And Chelsea has your full 7-day forecast right after this. Home sweet home. A rescued seal was released back into Rhode Island waters today with a new lease on life and a special name. ABC6 News reporter Laura Puglisi captured the moments he swam off and has more on why today was so important.
The seal was rescued back in February in Westerly in pretty rough condition. Today was the first public release in 2 years, and a lot of people came out here to watch him return back to the ocean. The gray seal was rescued at just 3 months old, minimally responsive and in thin body condition at just 30 pounds. Mystic Aquarium took him in, naming him Mir, the Ukrainian word for peace. After several months of rehab, Mir doubled his weight and was in good condition to release. Dozens of families and officials from the aquarium gathered near the water at Blue Shutters Beach in Charlestown to watch the moments.
These animals, we get to kind of tell their story about what's going on in their environment and why they strand, and we get to give them a second chance at life.
It took Mir a little while to find his bearings, but eventually he dove into the water and swam away. Callan says in cases like this, animals can strand for a lot of reasons, but a lot of the time it's due to human impact and water pollution. There are 2 other seals in the clinic right now that were recently rescued as well. The hope is to rehabilitate them so they can also return to the wild. Reporting in Charlestown, I'm Laura Puglisi, ABC6 News.
And now, your ABC6 Storm Tracker weather with meteorologist Chelsea Priest.
Well, I'm sure that seal was very happy, but today is not a day that I would be hopping in the water. It is bitterly cold outside once again, even with all of the sunshine that we have. It's a really pretty day, but from looking from the inside, outside, you don't want to be outside for all that long with those temperatures that are only in the low to mid 30s currently. 34 in Providence right now. That's the average low for this time of year. It should be the coldest temperature of the day. Now 34 was yesterday's high temperature in Providence. We typically should be making it into the 50s for our highs this time of year. We've obviously been very chilly. That being said, today is ever so slightly warmer than yesterday, and we're going to take what we can get at this point. Our sunset is at 7:08 p.m. and we'll likely gain another few degrees into the afternoon, topping out around 40 degrees today. We still have these gusty winds out of the northwest, that cold, dry wind direction coming in anywhere from 10 to 20 miles per hour outside right now. Some gusts in the 20 to 25 mile per hour range. And that, of course, makes our already cold temperatures feel even cooler. We're looking at wind chills at the moment in the low to mid 20s range. So feeling much colder, about 10 degrees colder than the actual temperatures. Now today, It's now our coldest day on the 7-day forecast. Yesterday was of yesterday's 7-day. Tomorrow will be closer to about 50 degrees. And then we have upper 50s and low 60s for Thursday and Friday. That's going to come with some rain. Friday, likely seeing the high temperature happening earlier in the day. We cool down a bit into the weekend, but we're still at least seeing seasonable temperatures. We're not talking about very cold air like we've been experiencing for the start of this week. Satellite radar image loop over the past 6 hours shows you that we've seen a lot of clear sky outside. You're continuing to see mostly sunny conditions through the afternoon. There's a few fair weather clouds just off to our west. We'll be tracking some of those moving through the area for the afternoon. But all in all, it's a very bright day, and the clouds that come through are just those fair weather clouds. We don't have any precipitation in the forecast for today, for tonight, into the start of the day tomorrow as well. In fact, the majority of the day tomorrow looks dry. It's not until Thursday that we have some showers in the forecast. Futurecast shows you a few passing clouds outside through the afternoon. Otherwise, another clear, cold night ahead of us. Temperatures by tomorrow morning down to the 20s. Not quite as cold as this morning, but still a chilly late March morning. Tomorrow, we'll start with some sunshine. Clouds will be increasing as the day progresses. Highs tomorrow closer to 50 degrees. Now, we head into tomorrow evening, and there's a warm front that's approaching the area. You can see a few little spotty showers showing up with that warm front. This is 8 p.m. tomorrow. I think most of that dries up before it comes through, but that just signifies that there is a warm front there. The warm front's pushing through, and that's where our warmer temperatures are coming into play for Thursday. Thursday looks like an overcast day. You'll likely end up with a couple little spotty showers, but it's really not until the overnight hours that a good line of some rain comes through the area, and that continues into Friday morning. But again, temperatures are going to be very mild as that line comes through. Low 40s outside in spots today. A lot of us staying in the upper 30s, but again, better than yesterday. Still breezy, making us feel even cooler. Tonight will be clear and chilly. Our lows dip down into the 20s. The breeze does back off, so we eliminate the big wind chill factor that we're dealing with today. And tomorrow looks like a bit warmer with an increase in clouds. Temperatures into the upper 40s. Around the low 60s for Thursday and Friday with overnight rain into Friday morning. And then again, we're clearing out for the weekend. We're cooling down a bit, but we're staying seasonable at least with highs in the low to mid 50s. Doreen?
Chelsea, thanks. It's Tuesday, and that means Pick of the Litter is next at noon. And here's Callie, a 2-year-old full of joy and energy. Meet her next. Well, might cat allergies become a thing of the past? Scientists say they've used new gene editing technology to create hypoallergenic felines. A study found that gene editing may be able to eliminate a protein that's the major source of suffering for those with cat allergies.
Pick of the Litter, brought to you by Moriarty's Invisible Fence.
Welcome back. It's Tuesday. It's time for Pick of the Litter. And while she's up here Callie, look at how sweet she is. She's dancing, she's moving. She's an adorable little girl. Wayne, do you want to tell us about her?
Sure. Callie is a 2-year-old spayed female. She is some sort of a hound mix. She could have some pit in her, I don't know, but she's a long, lanky girl. She's 2 years old, but you'd think she was 6 months old. She's full of puppy energy. She is just all over the place, but as you can see by the way I'm handling her, she's gentle, she's sweet. She is not good with other animals, so we don't recommend that she goes anywhere with another dog or a cat. But Callie has got potential. We're selling potential here.
No, she really does. She's super sweet. She's 2 years old, so she's a young girl. She's got that energy. She just needs to be the only pet in the home, which is doable. A lot of people are looking for maybe their first pet. And Callie's a real winner here. She's beautiful.
And as you can see, she'll snuggle up to you. She can handle her. But if you're not near her, she's a bundle of energy. It would be great to find a place with a big fenced yard that she could get some of her energy out. And, and just because she is so energetic, we think kids 12 or older, we don't want little tiny kids.
Of course, she is a good size. We don't want her knocking anybody over, but I really think she's going to be a winner, and I hope she gets scooped up so quick because she's a sweetheart. So if you're interested in Callie, you can contact the ISPCA. It's 401-438-8150.
Say bye, Callie.
Bye, Callie.
She is a cutie. Still ahead, something for everyone. The new season of shows announced at PPAC featuring a mix of musicals, both classics and new. Well, Chelsea has another look at your afternoon forecast right after this. Well, the final bow for Elton John will come through Foxborough. The singer's final tour stops at Gillette Stadium. They are adding a second show. He will now perform on both July 27th and 28th. The tickets go on sale April 6th. Finally, this afternoon, PPAC announces a new season of musicals. They're calling it, Chelsea, Simply the Best. The reason why is Tina Turner the Musical is launching its national tour here in September. This will be the 21st show to open a tour here in Providence. PPAC President and CEO Lynn Singleton says our city just makes sense.
It's a great economic impact for the city and the state because they'll come here and they'll tech and rehearse for about a month. And what's not to love in September, October opening in Providence? It's Chamber of Commerce weather. It's not like doing it in January or February.
Or the end of March. Other shows coming include Mean Girls, 6, Jagged Little Pill, Tootsie, Hadestown, and Beetlejuice, as well as the return of Les Mis, Annie, and Come From Away. ABC6 is proud to be a family night media sponsor. So many to put on the calendar, Chelsea.
I know. I'm really excited for this list. It's a good list. You know, every year you get the release, and you're like, oh, I definitely was. I want to see them all.
I know. It's a pretty impressive list. And to be launching the national tour of a show,
exciting.
You can't underestimate or undersell really what that means for the city and for Providence Performing Arts Center to be that haven for these shows to start.
Oh,
it's really
so
pretty
exciting.
cool.
We still have some great shows coming up this season.
We do.
So lots to look forward to. We are looking forward to some slowly warming temperatures today. Ever so slightly warmer than where we were yesterday with sunshine. It's still breezy though and very chilly for this time of year. Tomorrow a little bit better, and then I have low 60s for Thursday and Friday. That's going to come with more clouds and some rain, but we're going to take it, and the weekend looks good. Our first weekend in April with temps in the 50s.
Well, how about that? I am not looking forward to the bus stop this afternoon.
No, it's a chilly one. Better than yesterday, but still cold.
All right, thanks, Chelsea. And thank you for joining us for the news at noon. The news continues 1 through 4. Have a great day, everybody.